What is up? What is up? What is up? Happy clown year. Looking ass niggas. What is going on? What is going on? Man, we made it another year in this bitch. 2019. God damn. Anyway, what's going on? This is your boy Warren G in the place to be. Been clowning sucker free since 2003. Man, we made it. It's a new year. New clown ass shit going on. Man. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna live my best life. No, I'm just fucking with y'all. But anyway, I appreciate y'all listening on SoundCloud thus far. If you've been watching on YouTube, I appreciate you. Hit the bell, subscribe button, all this other clown ass shit. Y'all already know what the fucking routine is. Fucking get tired of saying that shit. I feel like a radio DJ and some shit. But anyway, hey man, what is going on? We have made it another motherfucking year. 2019 is here, and before we look up, 2020 will be here, and the clown ass Raiders will be here, I guess, right? As they stink up the joint. But anyway, we're gonna get right into it. My thing is this: 2019 and the goals we should execute. What are the goals? And I'm talking about goals for my people. Now, if you know you're not black, you're not melanated, hey, I know you guys got your personal goals, whatever, and each race, you know, they got their own goals, but you know, hey, I'ma always focus on my people first, because I am black first before anything else. It don't matter who you date, who you fuck with, you still black at the end of the day. So what goals do you did you set for yourself this year, and are they achievable goals? Are they realistic goals? I got other questions I want to ask and talk about. Do you have superficial relationships? And if you do have superficial relationships with your own people, you know, black people, are you willing to sever ties with those people because it's fraudulent and it's not realistic? Those are the questions I want to talk about today. And then I want to get into a special topic today, and that's about my homegirl Yasmin James. I think that's her name. So we gonna get right into it, people. Man, Yasmin James, I was on the internet and it was brought to my attention like they do you in corporate America. Man, that sister at that motherfucking McDonald's. Man, much props, and I salute her. I'm proud of Yasmin James. Y'all, somebody need to go raise a GoFundMe for her and just put some money in her hand, because that's the example that we need to set for these motherfuckers. You hit me, we step on their motherfucking neck. That's how we are supposed to be. And all the motherfuckers that was around in that goddamn job, I'm talking about the brothers who was there allowing this shit to happen without you jumping in with that sister. You a coward. And we gotta get our courage together. And the reason why is because I was watching on the internet at McDonald's, a Caucasian fellow, white, Anglo-Saxon, pilgrim as I like to call him, pilgrim man came in and was talking shit about he wanted some more straws. Well, I guess they done rolled out a new policy where they not really giving out straws anymore, and I think they're trying to switch from the plastic straws to some other shit, whatever. Well, I guess he didn't know the rule, because, you know, Caucasians don't think they need to know the rules to anything, you know, and he just was in there going, you know, come on, you know, I want some more fucking straws, like, what's your fucking problem type shit. Y'all need to watch that video. Go on YouTube and watch that shit. Break away from this channel, go away, watch it real quick, and then come back and leave your comment. Let me tell you, I just want to say this. Salutes to that sister, man. I got nothing but love for you. And we got to start having our sisters back, because that nigga, that white motherfucker put his hands on her and grabbed her fucking shirt, and she commenced to bopping that nigga upside the motherfucking head, and then called him a bust ass nigga at the end. I love it. Everybody need to go watch that video, man. Man, I'm so proud of that sister. Man, she was bopping his ass and socking his shit. She was motherfucking all you can that nigga's ass like a motherfucker. He didn't know he was gonna get that. See, because Caucasians think they could just grab on us, push us, just press us to the fucking limit, and we ain't, what we supposed to do, turn the other cheek like Martin Luther King? Well, turn the other cheek, you see what happened to him. Got his ass killed. Fuck all that turn the other cheek shit. Like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, them motherfucking crackers hit you upside the head, you fucking break his neck. And then to teach the rest of them motherfuckers to leave you alone. Now, this is the reason why I'm on this discussion today, and I'm gonna transition into what goals we have. And the reason why is because why was it the sister that was bopping upside the head, and then they holding her back? Now, suppose they held her back and that man started swinging on her. Now she's getting bopped upside the head. No, you don't do that. No, you swing on that motherfucker too. You hop the fucking counter and be like, hey man, get your hands off the homegirl. Instead of holding her back. You know why we do that to each other? Because we're so afraid to lose our motherfucking jobs. That's how trained they got us. It reminds me of the slave plantation. When a white Anglo-Saxon walk up on the fucking plantation, start talking shit to a slave that belongs to another plantation, then I'll give you another straw. How much are we supposed to take? So let that be a lesson to all you white motherfuckers that's out there thinking you just run up on a fucking sister. That bitch was bopping the shit out that nigga, and that's what he get. And the reason why I say what goals do we have set, because are we gonna be a team this year? Individually as black people, do you set out goals? Like if you see somebody tripping on a black person, you gonna stop and be like, hey, that ain't cool, or you just gonna keep going? If it's at your job and you see that the shit is escalating and somebody is pushing your brother, your sister to the limit, it's your job to step in and back him up or back her up, and you get in between, and then you yell for a manager and say, hey, come get this motherfucker. But if it escalates that far, fuck it. Then we all going down. Y'all ain't doing nothing but working at the McDonald's anyway. Y'all can get another motherfucking McDonald's job. And that's why that white motherfucker got arrested too. That's what he get for putting his hands on the sister. Now, if that had been a white woman and a black man grabbing a white woman up, man, all those people would have jumped over the counter and fucked up that nigga. If it had been a nigga doing that. But since it's a white boy, you grabbing the sister. So all you niggas that was at that goddamn McDonald's, y'all some hoe ass niggas for that, man. You don't let that nigga grab on that sister like that. You holding her back. Nah, fuck that. You should have been fucking that nigga up too. Fuck it. You can find another motherfucking job. McDonald's ain't paying shit anyway. It's a goddamn trillion goddamn fast foods on this earth. And out of the trillion of them, it's 150 billion of them in fucking United States. So goddamn, you can get another one of them motherfuckers, but you can't get another life. What if that motherfucker pulled out a knife while you hold her back and start stabbing her up? Because you want to hold her back. Because you afraid of massa firing y'all. Well, fuck it. Sometimes you just got to do it. Once a person invades your personal space, all bets are final. And that's the shit that I'm tired of with these white motherfuckers and other races thinking that they could just put their hands on us. Now, that sister was at work, and she tried to keep her composure together, but you don't grab no motherfucker. And we don't have no team effort, man. Black people are not a fucking team, but we gon' be. The people that's around me, that's why if you look in the comments, in the title that I even put below, do you have superficial relationships? So that lets me know that everybody that's at that job with that sister, that's a superficial relationship. That's not a real one. Because a real one, you wouldn't have been grabbing her, you would have been grabbing that motherfucker. You'd have been bopping him upside the head too. And letting him know, hey man, don't you ever put your hands on our sisters, man. But no, y'all holding them back. No, we don't have a team effort. It's individual first and then the team second. And then within the team, you want no black people around you because we don't like to work together. That's why, you know, I always look at things before I even start recording and shit like that. And I'll tell you this right now. I'll even tell you this. We will never be a team as long as we think we can get something different and separate from our brother or sister. Now, I was looking in the etymology dictionary before we started, my bad. Got to get close to the mic. And here's the etymology of team. Childbearing, offspring, family, rod, animal, set or drop, number of persons in concerted action, vouching, chain for yoking draught animals, brittle, progeny. So when it says number of persons in concerted action, that's what it should have been. That's a team. Number of concerted persons in an action. In a concerted action, my bad. Y'all need to check that out. Etymology dictionary. Go cop it. Oxford. I'm trying to tell you. This shit is the business. English etymology is gonna give you the origins of the words. So that's what y'all always be seeing me look at right before I start motherfucking recording and shit. And I'm talking about, you know, to the people that's watching on YouTube. If you listen on SoundCloud, go get your etymology dictionary. Matter of fact, you can download an app. They got apps on fucking Google and fucking Apple. And get you an etymology dictionary so you can read some of those words and you can know what the fuck is going on. Because I'm like, damn, what kind of niggas are they? And then you notice at the end of the video, or at the end, when they finally grab the sister up off of him, here comes a Caucasian or a Latino or whatever. It's all classified as Caucasian anyway. And you can fact check me if you want anyway. To me, you either black or you white. You can say, oh, well, I'm Mexican. Well, Mexicans ain't nothing but white people speaking Spanish. So, sorry. You can get fat, you can get mad, you can get offended. That's fine. You want to deviate a little bit, how you from Mexico, but you speak Spanish. If you're from Mexico, you should have your own dialogue. And it shouldn't be Spanish, because Spanish is from where? Spain. Spain, Spaniards, Europe. Right. Europe, Caucasian, pilgrims. But anyway, next. For anybody that want to get offended, go get a book and prove me wrong. Fuck all this arguing with niggas on some bullshit that their parents taught them. And their parents ain't read no book. I don't give a fuck about that. But anyway, I noticed that the brother that came in, it wasn't no black person. It didn't look like a black person. Meaning if he was a coon trying to explain to the white dude. No, he should have been like, sir, we're calling the police on you. Ain't nothing to explain. What you explaining for? That motherfucker put his hands on one of your fellow employees. But instead, he's still trying to smooth it over. That part. That's what happens in corporate America when we don't have a code. Which brings me to my point of, what are your goals? Of course, everybody has individual goals, but for my black people, what are your goals? What are your goals to better our people? One of my goals is be a team. Stick with my people. You know what I'm saying? Do good, do bad, indifferent. You know what I'm saying? Have meaningful conversations and not be superficial with my people. And the reason why I say that is because I often look on social media, Twitter. I don't really have Facebook, Instagram, and I like some of the things that's on Instagram. But I also know that it's Instagram, Twitter, that's political warfare. Those are all superficial relationships. And you're like, man, what you mean? If it's not your family on Instagram following you and supporting you, then I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not even real for the most part. Because unless you've known these people forever, I don't give a fuck if you got 300,000 followers or 10 million followers. When you down and out, how many motherfuckers gonna collect some money and pay them power bills and them cable bills and them light bills and them car payments? And you're like, oh, Warren, you always say that. Well, it's a fact. Go struggle and see how many motherfuckers help you. Now, Caucasians, they will have a GoFundMe in a minute for their people. If a police officer kill a nigga, they having a GoFundMe the next motherfucking day. The next day they having a GoFundMe. They don't give a fuck. So he killed a nigga. Oh well, he was doing his job. Should have put his hands up. Just like that white motherfucker in that McDonald's fucking with Yasmin. I forgot her last name, but he was fucking with her. What's her last name? James. And you should have saw him. I just want some more straws. Oh, you're fucking fired, bitch. You guys need to fucking fire her. He probably called her a nigga too. He probably just didn't hear that part. But here's the thing. If everybody would have got on code, he would have never done that. It was too many men in there, brothers, for a motherfucker to think he could put his hands on a woman. You know why? Because niggas be scared, man. Scared to lose their job, scared to speak up, scared to say anything, man. So what's your goals? To have superficial relationships and be on Instagram and Twitter and act like you really love these people and these people really love you? That's what I like. That's why I love going into the new year. I hear from my close family and people that I deal with on a close net. And other than that, I'm about my way. I don't need a whole bunch of motherfuckers wishing me Happy New Year and all this other shit, man. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. All those views changed anyway when my mother passed away. So you know what? Get with people that got your back. Learn how to love your people before you start loving everybody else in this motherfucker. And anybody that's not for the forward progress of black plight, get the fuck away from them. Don't laugh with them, don't joke with them, don't do shit with them motherfuckers. Because real motherfuckers, you will magnetize. That's a fact. If they real and they really see, I don't care. Look, man, I've been around. Man, I had Jewish homeboys, white homeboys, and a lot of them moved away. But when they were here in Vegas, man, please, they didn't play that motherfucking racy shit. For real, for real. And all they motherfucking friends was what they call it, multicultural. They didn't just, you see, we go with the illusion that because Bob in marketing it chops it up with us every day and talks about the basketball game every day, that, oh, they cool, man, they cool. Follow Bob home and see how many times he say nigga, 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 and how they talk shit about black people all day. Better yet, go compete with Bob for a better job and y'all both got the degree. Bob's gonna automatically think he's better than you and that he's supposed to be telling you what to do. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Challenge me on that. Go look in corporate America. Go look in politics. Go look in the NBA and the NFL. Go look. Go look in Hollywood. It's all ran by Caucasians. But then when you tell them about it, they be like, oh my God, you guys had a black president. Oh, I voted for Obama. I loved Obama. Niggas think because white people voted for Obama that they really love niggas. Man, I don't give a fuck about no niggas. For real, for real. We gotta learn to be a team. What's your goals? Me, one of my personal goals, I will not have any superficial relationships with anybody. Period. That's it. I'm too old for that shit. I don't have time for that shit. And I didn't even really deal with that in high school. And all the motherfuckers I went to high school with, I don't talk to near one of them motherfuckers. Because it was all superficial. Period. Get away from people like that. I don't care if it's your own people. If you're not trying to better them and they're not trying to better you, then get the fuck away from them. Why are you hanging out with people just to hang out with them? Just so you don't be by yourself. I know a lot of niggas that don't like to be by themselves. You don't know about yourself until you're by yourself. That's when you know who you are and what your goals are, your dreams, ambitions, things you like, things you don't like. That will test your character. And then when you come around people, steel sharpens steel, iron sharpens iron type shit. So y'all gonna sharpen each other. You know, you going, hey man, that's why I want to be around people like that. Please leave your books and any book you think I should read, leave it in the comment, man. People ain't been leaving them, but whoever leaving them, if you know a book that you've been reading, I don't give a fuck what the book is. Leave that shit, man. Every day's a school day. I don't claim to know shit. I don't claim to know shit. I just not, you just not finna run no bullshit ass game on me. So I give much props to my homegirl Yasmin, cause that was dope what she did. And hey, shouts out to the James family, you know, and her parents raised her right. Don't let no motherfucker put their hands on you. See, that's the problem. See, white people cool with us and other races are cool with us as long as we fucking up each other and we talking crazy to each other. But the minute we go upside they motherfucking head, oh my God, Shaquanda, I just want another fucking straw, you fucking nigger. Like, that's how they are. Or I got a bunch of nigger friends. Come on, man. Y'all niggas better wake up. And anyways, if you want to know how to have a more concerted effort, as the etymology book says, or how to stay on a code, because Caucasians are on a code. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. They're on a fucking code. You want to know what the code is? The United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept, a compensatory counter-racist code by Neely Fuller Jr. Go get this motherfucking book. This is my Bible. You. That book is bomb. I'm telling you, some of the things that he has in here are amazing. Amazing things that he has in that book. And I'm not going to tell you everything, but that's one of the things you always hear me talk about. The racial showcasing confusion. That's where I get the 9 areas of activities that Caucasians dominate. Along with Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, she talks about that too. But he breaks it down from a whole different perspective. Oh my God. How they stick on code. One of the things that I got from this book is this, y'all. He said, when you see 2 Caucasians arguing, don't think that they are arguing about replacing the system of white supremacy with a system of justice. That's just 2 white people arguing. Just like on the plantation. There were a bunch of slave owners, Caucasians, white people, pilgrims, Anglo-Saxons that owned tons of niggas. And on the plantation, when they would argue, they wasn't arguing about stopping slavery. They was arguing about just bullshit, petty bullshit. It wasn't about we're going to replace the system of racism and the system of slavery with the system of justice. Man, please. Please, man, don't give a fuck about no system of justice. Please. That's a very good book, man. Very, very good book. So y'all need to go check that out. Tell me what y'all think. Very good book. I think us as a people, man, we should have goals. I got goals. I don't want superficial relationships. I want to be a better team with my people, and I want to be successful with my people. And not just that, man. I want to see my people grow. And I want my people, y'all, hey, you heard it first. I want my people to buy all the Nike, all the Reebok. I want y'all to look fresh to motherfucking death, because I love it when my people are fresh. I'm not saying I want y'all to look bummy, but I want y'all to have the economical part of it too. Get your economics tight. It doesn't just mean you just go make a whole lot of money and then go buy a whole bunch of jewelry and all this other shit. Buy the jewelry, buy the rims, buy the cars, buy the clothes, buy all that. But then put a little bit aside so you can invest in that stock, in that cryptocurrency, in some mutual funds, in some 401k, in an IRA. Just do a little bit of that. Man, you ain't got to do a whole bunch, but just do a little bit of that. And then you're like, man, what you talking about? It's another book I read. And these are all books that I read. These are not books I just bought and want to show them. These are books that I read. That's why I ain't showing you a whole lot of them, because I ain't read a whole lot of books. But this book, it's called Two Nations. Two Nations by Andrew Hacker. Very, very good book. And it talks about the racial gap. And it talks about what Caucasians invest their money in and what they already had going into this system and what black people have and what they invest their money in. Breaks it down. Very, very good book. Very, very good book. So it just kind of gives you a different perspective. See, that white man that walked upon that sister in the McDonald's, see, that brother, I think he thought, oh, I can walk up on her. That's not a big deal. You know, I can say something to her, you know, and I can even grab her up if I want, because ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing because I'm white. And I got the complexion for the protection, and I'm gonna get the affection. And that's a fact. So all these white people that try to act like they don't know what the fuck is going on, you full of shit. I already told y'all, go get White Fragility. I'll show that book again on another podcast. And that will show you how they deflect and maneuver and race bait and bring up all kinds of shit. But Neely Fuller Jr.'s book, correct me if I'm wrong, he talks about how they like to race bait and how they like to get in your business and probe and get you to talking about personal business. And see, I've had that happen to me. I've had it happen. Niggas that know, I had it happen on my corporate plantation. And I had to look up a motherfucker upside, and it wasn't no black person. It was a motherfucking Caucasian. Asked me a whole bunch of personal questions. Questions I never asked him, ever. But a motherfucker always want to know if you're dating somebody and all this other shit, which ain't none of their motherfucking business. But they always feel like they need to ask you all these questions. But then when you start asking and probing them questions, they start deflecting. And that's a trick. And I got that from Neely Fuller Jr.'s book too. The Racial Showcase and Confusion. How they give one nigga, you know, a bunch of nigga trinkets and pies and cakes and rims and clothes and shoes and shit. You know why they do that? And then they tell you, see, you need to be like, you need to be like John Quavion. John Quavion comes to work every day, does his job, he doesn't talk back, he's there when we need him. And so basically they tell you, you niggers need to be like this nigger. He's a good nigger. So be like him. That's what they saying. Trust me, all you people that, look, the majority of people that listen to this, they work for corporate America. Y'all work for corporate America. Don't front on me. I know what the fuck going on. And that's a fact. That's a fucking fact. They may not call you a nigger to your face, but that's what the fuck they thinking. That's why corporate America is very illusory. They motherfuckers hide behind that shit. It's like politics. Watch Game of Thrones. Watch House of Cards with Kevin Spacey. Man, that motherfucking House of Cards is so on point. It's sickening. You can say, oh, it's fictional. Yeah, whatever. Man, white people always say the shit is fictional. Fuck out of here. Just like, You know, if they want to pick and choose what's fictional or not, but there's certain parts of every movie that you watch that has truth to it. Just like, and I'll show this book on another podcast, if you watched Black Panther and they have vibranium, which is the strongest metal on the planet. Now, if you read They Came Before Columbus by Ivan Van Sertima, he said the first thing that Christopher Columbus noticed was the metal that they had. And he's never seen that type of metal before. I wonder where Stan Lee got that from. But anyway, I digress from that. I'm just telling y'all we got to be a team. And the only way to be a team is to stay on code. And the only way to stay on code, y'all need to get this book again. I'm going to show you. The United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept, a compensatory counter-racist code by Neely Fuller Jr. It's going to tell you how to stay on code. And it's going to tell you what areas of activity that they dominate. Just like Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. And they dominate 9. Cold in the motherfucker. You'll be like, no, they don't. Religion, war, counter-war, sex, politics, law. What's the other one? Education. Finances. I'm telling you. And there's probably some more that I'm missing. But I know they there. I've read it in this book a million times, and I've read it in Dr. Francis Cress Welsing's book. Y'all need to get those books, man. And for all you book owners, don't give your books out to nobody. Unless it's your immediate family and you know they're going to give it back. If it's just some nigga talking about, man, let me borrow that book. Nigga, go buy it yourself. Amazon is at everybody's motherfucking speed dial. So go buy it. I ain't giving out no more motherfucking books to nobody. Because motherfuckers ain't gonna read them. You know when motherfuckers gonna read them? When they have to pay for it. Because my people, for some sort of reason, we don't respect nothing we gotta pay for. I mean, nothing that we don't have to pay for. Correction. If we gotta pay for it, we respect it because we bought it. That's why we always put label on every bit of expensive clothing that we buy, which is cool. I'm not tripping off that. It's just so funny that the majority of the shit that we into is owned by Caucasians. I'll repeat again. When I went to the Fashion Show Mall and went in Shoe Palace, they had Jordan, they had Kobe promoting Jordans and the Nikes. Then they had Ray Shrimmer promoting Reebok. And then they had Nipsey Hussle promoting Puma. But when you got to Lacoste, there was nobody promoting that. Now, I find it very ironic, and I even told the sister, and I'll tell the story again. I told the sister that worked in there. She said, can I help you with something, sir? I said, yeah, I got a question. She said, what's that question? I said, why is it you got all these black people promoting all these clothing lines, but when it comes to Lacoste, you don't have anybody promoting that? And she was like, oh, well, they just give us a pause. I said, well, you know it's a black man whose last name was Lacoste. He's the reason why that clothing line is here. And she was like, oh, I don't know. They just, because she didn't know. And then I even went to the Forum Shop about 1.5 years, 2 years ago at Caesar's Palace before they started charging the park, which, by the way, Caesar's Palace stock is like $5 a share. Harris Entertainment ain't shit. That's what they get. But I digress. Go in there, go to Forum Shop. I go straight to Lacoste. I just go in there one day, and it was a Caucasian girl in there. And I said, why don't you guys have the alligator? The guy that's responsible for Lacoste. She said, we actually do. He's just in the back. We have a picture of him in the back. I said, but why wouldn't you have him out front? Oh, I don't know. It's just the store owner's rules. And I said, is it because he's black? She said, I don't know, but he is black. She was shocked that I even knew that. We don't even know. We don't even know that it's a black person responsible for Lacoste. I think his dad was Haitian and his mom was French. He's black. And he was an alligator, and he used to be whooping niggas' ass in tennis. They named the motherfucking expensive-ass name brand after him that's highfalutin that you only used to see white people wearing, but it's because of us. And I never fucking knew that until a couple of years ago. But we glorified motherfucking Jordan. Jordan don't even own Jordan. Jordan just gets a percentage. You better look up who owns Nike. When you look up who owns Jordan, Google will tell you that Jordan brand is a subsidiary of Nike. Period. Jordan don't own shit. He's just the spokes nigga for the shit that you buying. I'm not saying don't go buy him, because I used to buy them all the time. I'm just saying you need to know what it is. Niggas won't pay an arm and a leg for Lacoste, but they'll pay an arm and a leg for some Jordans. And Vans and Reebok and all this other shit that they got niggas propagated in front of you, and ain't nothing wrong with that. It's our time as far as shining. You know, because we've been in poverty for so long, and we still in poverty. We don't got no wealth. People think we got wealth. You better go fact check. But I think it's our duty to start educating each other and being on fucking code. You have to be on a code, man, and know what it is. We can't have white men grabbing sisters on the job and we not doing shit but holding the sister back. Once he grabbed that sister, somebody should have hopped over that counter and been like, hey man, what you doing? And somebody should have bopped him upside the head. Should have been a man, but that's okay because she was socking the shit out that motherfucker. And that's why he got bopped upside his head. She gave him the work. That's what he get. That's what he get. I just would like to see my people jump in and help that sister out. And not just sit there and watch it hold her while he fucking grabbing and trying to choke on the bitch. What kind of shit is that? We gotta have each other's back, man. Stop having, it's just so funny how you go on social media, everybody got these so superficial relationships, but when it come down to it, ain't that nigga gonna ride with you. Especially when it comes to that corporate plantation. And I understand that because niggas need their job, and I fucking get it. I understand that. But you'll take up for a white motherfucker in a heartbeat if you think that's gonna get you somewhere. And let me tell you something. Don't be going on these corporate American jobs thinking that these white people are your friend, because they're not. Nobody's your friend. It's just like House of Cards. No, and Game of Thrones. Nobody is your motherfucking friend. Period. End the discussion. I don't give a fuck how much they pretend, how that much they act. Look, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck if they listen to Tupac or not. You know how many motherfuckers listen to Tupac and don't give a shit about niggas? Period. Remember that. And for all you motherfuckers that think that, oh, well, they, you know, the people at my job, they got your, no, they don't got your back. Even your friends that you think you ain't got with, they don't give a fuck. And if you have them, around too long, they might steal, kill, do whatever the fuck they need to do. Shystiness, to me, is in the air. You can breathe it in and become shysty type shit. I don't need that clown ass shit around me. So if you got a shysty motherfucker that always got some type of scheme and they ain't got shit going on, then get the fuck away from them. If a nigga is in their 40s and they talking about their dreams, goals, and ambitions and all this other shit, listen to what they saying and really, really dissect what they talking about. Now, if they're established, got their own spot, they ain't gotta have no house. They ain't gotta have no mansion. They ain't gotta have no Benz. If they got a car, they got transportation, they taking care of themselves, whether it's a woman or a man, black. Listen to what their goals are. You don't know, they could have had a hard time. But if you know this nigga is shysty and running game and is a master manipulator at all costs, then get the fuck away from him, because all it's gonna do is bring you heartache and pain. Now, it's enough niggas to be a team. So you ain't gotta try to make no effort, no extra effort to be a team with a nigga that's shysty and shady and wanna see you fall. You don't need to be around that. And stop hating on each other, man. God damn, man. This is what I look at it. If you're not really vibing with that person, because this is the type of person I am. Once I have this certain type of energy, or you give me that energy, I just don't fuck with you no more, man. I have to preserve my energy for 2019. And I gotta concentrate on my people and Warren and in my forward progress and making sure anybody that is around me, they're gonna get that energy as well. Motherfuckers that really know me, they know how I am. Even motherfuckers that work at the corporate plantation, they know how Warren is. And Warren don't be gossiping and going in the corner and talking shit about this person and smiling with this person. Don't do that shit. Now, I went to Coon and Sambo's Anonymous. So I purged that from my system, the gossiping and getting involved in corporate politics and all that. Hey man, we all go through it. I'm not acting like I'm better than y'all. I can sit up here and tell y'all this shit because this is the shit that I actually went through. That's a fact. So, you know, now that I went through it and I purged it from my system and went to Coon and Sambo's Anonymous, you know, I feel better. I've become a recluse at the corporate plantation, and I feel good because I keep that energy to myself, and I only want to be about positivity. I don't give a fuck about what nobody got going on at the job. It does not concern me. I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about personally, because you know motherfuckers want to come on a job and tell all their personal business. And you can tell all your personal business, or you can tell personal things about yourself. I don't give a fuck what motherfuckers know about me. They gonna talk shit anyway. I don't give a flying fuck. Why? They gonna talk shit anyway. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not here for a political warfare. And if enough people like me, then man, fuck all that. Nigga, I take my shit. Nigga, I know I'm a bad motherfucker. We are the gods on this motherfucking planet. We run faster, we jump higher, we think better, we're responsible for black civilization. We are responsible for civilization, period, because at first it was black civilization. And then it spread to everyone else. I'll show you the book next podcast that I'm reading called Numerology. And they just brag so much about Pythagoras. But in the very beginning, they talk about how Pythagoras got his stuff from the initiates in Africa. Oh, so Pythagoras didn't come up with that theorem. So now I have 4 books that states that. Wow. So why do we treat them like that? I get it why we treat them like they guys, because they're responsible. You know, they control the banking system. They control the wealth and the resources. Let me tell you what racism is about. It's about controlling the resources. That's what it's about to me. The motherfucker that got the resources and can oppress you at a job, those are the motherfuckers that are in charge. So I get it. But that doesn't mean you go to work, hey boss, what you want me to do for you, boss? I'll do that too. I'll work myself to death. I don't care if I'm 5 seconds away from having a stroke, you know, but I'll bottle that inside just to work to impress you so I can get a pat on the head at the end of the year and get 15 cents probably on your raise. Because that's all they're going to give you anyway, and lie to you and tell you, Jerome, I'm sorry, the company only made 10 trillion last quarter. We're used to making 20 trillion. So we're gonna have to make some cutbacks. You know how they do. It's a program that they run. That just means that you don't need to be a part of that shit. And stick with your brother and sister. And don't let them turn you against each other. Man, I don't know what's going on, John Tavius, with Raekwon over there, you know. Because they'll always come and tell you what it is. That's why I'm talking about this shit, because that sister had to basically defend herself and didn't have somebody grabbing her while she's defending herself. What kind of shit is that? And that's what we do at these fucking corporate America jobs. It be so much coon shit going on. It's like, we gotta stop that shit, man. For real. But we gon' progress. I'm gonna tell you what one of my other goals is. Besides no superficial relationships, I don't want any bad energy around me. I got enough bad energy of my own that I have to expel from my body. I don't want nobody's bad energy, period. So if I just think you full of shit, I'm probably just not gonna fuck with you. And don't take it personal. That's just, my body is my business. My mind is my business. So if you coming around me because you need a confidant, I'm not your confidant. I'm not your therapist. I'm not Dr. Phil, Oprah. I'm not Iyanla Vanzant. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. If you got mental health issues, then you better fucking go call somebody, or you better go see something, because I am not that nigga. That's not a friendship where a motherfucker just dumping all their problems on you or just want to talk about shit to make you irritated. I can't stand the motherfuckers that come around and tell you their problems and then you be more irritated than them. Then they be feeling good at the end of the day. Fuck that. Don't tell me your problems, because I don't want to hear shit. Unless you are a close family member or a close friend. And I mean a true friend that you know you can hit me up and I will respond. But other than that, nah, I'm cool. Please don't come around me undumping your dirty, nasty energy around me, because I don't need that shit in my life. And for 2019, it's forward progress, positive energy, and positive things that I'm trying to magnetize. I want entrepreneurs around me. I want people that's forward thinking. Hey, I want motherfuckers that got books that I ain't read. Put me on. Come on, man. I want people that feel the same way about Yasmin James, you know, having to defend herself because nobody else jumped in. We can't have that going on, y'all. We can't have it going on. 2019 is going to be a good year for me. Think positive, stay positive, love, live life, love your people, stand up for yourself, stand up for your people. Remember, you are black first, not anything else. I don't care who you with. I don't give a fuck who you with, you black first. And any other person that's not black or melanated that fuck with you, and you stand in your blackness, they gonna follow behind it. That's a fucking fact. Hey man, this is the Knowledge is Free podcast. Check me out on SoundCloud and YouTube. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing, hit the bell button so you know when I go live. I know y'all be like, damn, I'll be going live sporadic, but normally I go live on Wednesdays and Sundays. You know what I'm saying? So hit that bell, subscribe button. If you got any books you want me to read, man, put them in the comments. No diss. I don't give a fuck if it's a plain ass book that's 100 pages. Who give a fuck? Maybe it's a book I need to motherfucking read. The knowledge is free. That's how I look at it. It's free. You like, well, no, you gotta pay for it. Technically, you do gotta pay for it, but reading is free. If you can go spend money on McDonald's and go buy rims and clothes and shoes, you can buy a book. Prioritization. What are you gonna magnetize this year, and how you gonna prioritize your life? You know, I had to prioritize a little differently this year. You know, I had the podcast and got other things that I'm working on behind the scenes. But now that I kind of got it in order, I'm feeling good. So yeah, New Year's Eve was great for me. Because I wasn't around a whole bunch of motherfuckers being fake and phony and pretending like they care about me. So that was great. And no, I didn't have to go to no club and dress up in no suit and take pictures. I don't give a fuck about none of that. What's the point of doing all that if you don't got real people that really care about you? Wealthy people hang out with wealthy people because they're afraid of poor people stealing their money. Not because they're really friends with these people. Facts. Remember that. Have your own ideologies about life. Have your own ideological construct about life. Have your own principles. Stand on them. And don't be smiling with everybody. Everybody's not gonna like you. Because I know everybody don't like me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And if something happens, I don't want motherfuckers around acting like they give a fuck about me either. That's fake and phony too. And if you a man, stand on your purpose, go to that corporate plantation, get in, do your fucking job, and go the fuck home. Stop smiling with these motherfuckers. Unless they your people, you know they got your back, fuck them all. Because the motherfuckers know I don't fuck with them. And that's a fact. So, nigga, you can't be like, oh, Warren, you probably be smiling and cooning now, nigga. You got me fucked up. Anybody that know me at the corporate plantation, I don't do the smiling. Hey, man, it's Knowledge Free Podcast. Again, it's Warren G. Hey, man, love and live life. I'm out. Peace.